Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Erik Icarus.
Eric.
Yes.
I have been watching Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah? Which one?
Well, I'm watching them all.
Wait a minute. Did you start at one, or did you do a countdown? You just go Tarantino it.
I started with 4.
Okay.
I don't know why I was just in the mood the other night, and
Okay.
it was on demand. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna watch Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah.
Got that in, and then I was like, man, Lethal Weapon 2 sounds good. So then I started watching Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah.
Finished that, and I was like, you know what? Lethal Weapon 1's better, okay?
Yeah, okay.
But I went to Lethal Weapon 3.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna finish with Lethal Weapon 1 with what started it all.
That's an interesting chronological order you got going there. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm currently in the midst of some Riggs and Murtaugh versus Jack Travis.
the toughest cop to ever walk the beat.
Yeah, like it was weird how the captain kept talking about
how tough he was.
Yeah.
He seeing me this guy's the villain.
He had more complaints against him. It's like,
I know.
What is this?
He was like HR's worst enemy.
Oh yeah. And then the guy just disappears, and then
he went up for coffee and never came back. Okay, that's this backstory.
Yeah, all right, Jack Travis. He's got 2 first names. He must have game. All right, you must. Deion Sanders quote. Shout out to Deion. And it got me thinking. Right? What are some movies that you watch every year? You know you're gonna sit down, and at some point you're gonna watch these films.
It's funny that you bring up Lethal Weapon because I did my Die Hard revisit last month.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of weird, dude.
It's on the list. Yeah. I'll be doing Die Hard.
Die Hard. Christmas. It's weird because I'll typically do it twice a year, man.
Yeah.
And I'm strictly talking first 3 Die Hards, man. I've seen the 4th one.
Live Free or Die Hard.
Once, and I never got around to the other one.
Well, you did yourself a favor because A Good Day to Die Hard, while as an awesome title, is not that good of a movie.
It's not a good day.
It's by far the worst one.
Okay.
It makes Die Hard 2 look like Die Hard 1.
Here's the thing, dude. I actually really like Die Hard 2.
Yes, but of Die Hard 1, 2, and 3, Die Hard 2 is the worst.
It is. It's the weak link, and it totally is. But the problem is, it is sandwiched between 2 awesome movies.
It is,
and that's why it fails. And then, through no fault of its own, it's pretty awesome. It's such a cool movie.
It's not bad.
It's got a decent plot twist at the end, where they have the spoilers on this 30-year-old movie.
Yeah.
But with the military actually being the bad guys at the end, that little plot twist. And honestly, I like the fight at the end with McClane fighting all the guys on the wing of the plane.
Yeah, I mean,
it was just just a round robin of him just kicking people off the plane.
It just felt like they were like, okay, this movie's not our best. It's not as good as Die Hard 1, so we're just gonna do this at this airport. This entire movie at this airport. I like it. I do like it.
For sure.
But it's just like, oh Jesus.
I mean, and again, reason I keep revisiting Die Hard is it's again, I think it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It lends itself to being a Christmas movie, but then you got 3, which is, sorry Riggs and Murtaugh, but this is my favorite buddy movie. And I know Zeus is not a cop, but this is still a buddy cop movie.
Yeah, Die Hard with a Vengeance is my favorite.
Yeah, that is like the Lethal Weapon I never got, to be honest with you. Just, I don't know, it's something about those movies that draw me back. Is it brings me back to a time with my dad. My dad would sit me down, we'd watch Die Hard 2, Die Hard 3. Yeah. And it's those movies where we don't get movies like that anymore, with the snappy dialogue, the awesome punchy action, Yeah. It's just like Lethal Weapon. Yeah. I think those are my 2 action revisiting movies. Those 2 franchises.
I revisit them. I revisit them both every year. As soon as I'm done with Lethal Weapon 1, I'll probably watch Die Hard.
There you go. It's a natural progression. I mean, and another revisiting is I tend to go through I go through the Tarantino verse.
Ooh, nice.
But that is a very long-term watch.
It is. That's a commitment.
It is, and I will break it up over a month or so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll watch them in pairs. I'll watch. If I watch Pulp Fiction, I will watch Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, me too.
If I watch Kill Bill, I will watch Volume 2. Obviously,
for me, you have to watch it that way for sure. I mean, you can't not revisit those movies, man. Even Inglourious Basterds, I forgot how cool that movie was, man. How great Tarantino is just at rewriting history the way maybe we'd all would like to have seen it. Like shooting Hitler in the face with a machine gun. That's how I wanted it to go down.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, and Hateful Eight's great too. I can't say enough about his Tarantino verse.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good revisit, man. I mean, aside from Lethal Weapon, what's your like going back to it, man?
Ghostbusters.
What?
I watch all, even the Lady
I
watch all of the Ghostbusters.
Okay.
A couple times a year.
Really?
Yeah, they're a great thing to have on while you're cleaning the house, while you're trying to do, like when you're bagging boarding comics. Just, you know, you can have something on that you don't have to pay attention to, but you enjoy.
Sure.
Yeah, I go back to Ghostbusters.
It's good. I mean, you can't argue with, and then again, another number 2 movie that gets just gets hated on, dude. And it's not bad.
I love Ghostbusters too.
I do too, and that's the thing. I remember growing up, people were like, "Don't watch Ghostbusters 2, it sucks." Like, really?
Based on what?
Yeah, I mean, you're comparing to the first one. Okay, yeah, nothing's gonna stack up against it, but I think it's got a better story.
I do too. I like the thing with Vigo.
Yeah, me too, man.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Like both of the villains in those movies, in those first 2 movies, are just bizarre. It's
Just
interesting.
very odd, yeah.
You know, like they're only on screen for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit at the end for both films. But you know, Gozer and Vigo were just very They're provocative characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always watch Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters is a good one, man. Like, I think why would you count the Lady Ghostbusters? Why do you like that one so much?
I just enjoy it.
Okay.
Like I said, if they just, and I've said this to death and till I'm out of breath, if they had just made it a reboot like the other Ghostbusters existed and not like they were figuring stuff out, you know, that they made it up themselves, I think this movie would have been far better received. Okay. Yeah, it would have been far better received.
Okay.
And, but yeah, it's fun. It's got a good amount of comedy. Hot man Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
Tears it up.
Yep.
The villain's interesting and creepy.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a funny movie. It's not funnier than the other 2, but it has a lot of funny stuff. Sure. To go with it.
Well, I think
just
every lead hits a home run in that movie. To be honest with you, they're all great, man. They all play the part. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, her Holtzman, like I've said again. Holtzman, give me a solo Holtzman movie. I'm good with that. For sure. I'm good with that.
You know, the one I wanted to kind of include in this was Men in Black, but dude, the first one's the only one that's any good.
And I really have to be in the mood to watch the first one anyway.
Yeah.
I really.
I mean, it was on the other day, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. And then I thought about putting the second one on, and I was like, nah, I can't do that to myself.
The second one. The second one's so bad.
And then I vaguely remember the third one.
The third one is better upon another viewing. If you're thinking about revisiting the universe, just skip 2 and rewatch 3.
And just go.
It's better than I remembered it.
Really?
Seeing it in the theater. I didn't care for it in the theater at all.
Okay.
And then I was bored one night and it was on demand, checked it out, and I was like, I like this better. Boris the Animal, very cool villain.
Okay.
And I love Jermaine Clement. So anytime Jermaine Clement's in something, he's usually really good. And it's a good revisit to that actor. And while the Jay character lost all of its magic for me after the first movie, there's enough like ancillary characters in the film
to make up for
that are more interesting.
So, I'm gonna be a little unconscious because I tend to not pay attention to stuff. Did the new one come out?
Yes.
And how did it fare?
It didn't fare well.
It
made a little bit of money. No, I did not.
Okay.
It made money, but it wasn't like it wasn't the buddy cop movie it kind of put itself up as, is my understanding.
Sure.
Some friends of mine who watched it were like, yeah, you could probably wait till you can catch it on Netflix. And I'm fine. You know, 2 kids. I'm not trying to go to the theater for a movie that I know that I'm not sure is going to be a home run. You know. But you know, charismatic Chris Hemsworth. And oh my gosh, she plays Valkyrie. Tessa Thompson. Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome. So if I'll watch it just to get them again because they were so good in Ragnarok.
Oh yeah.
But I would like to see.
And I can see them. That's why they wanted to have them head up a franchise because their chemistry in Ragnarok was amazing. It was amazing. I can see producers like, oh yeah,
we got to bottle that.
Exactly.
One of the big complaints I heard was that like Chris Hemsworth wasn't like the awesome teacher. He was like the kind of screw up that they just like give this girl who not weasels her way in, but like forces her way in.
Sure. There you go.
So they just said, you have such a charismatic actor, and you just like let him like. Not do his best
that's what
stuff.
Tommy Lee Jones. That's what made him cool. Was he was capable and he was knowledgeable. That's what made that character really cool.
Yeah.
And granted, he's old and he's playing off against Will Smith's youth and cockiness, and that's what worked.
They just made Will Smith the old curmudgeon too quick in that universe.
Yeah.
Just too quick.
Yep. Because when you watch 2, you're like, oh, he's not it anymore. Yeah. So that sucks. So I really initially thought that franchise was going to be a home run.
Oh, me too.
But,
me too.
You know,
but
it's
it hasn't been able to find ground again.
No, man.
Hasn't struck. You know, same thing like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wait, dude, I watched the first 2. And didn't get to the 3rd one, man.
Yeah.
Have you watched all?
I've watched all of them.
Okay, so where does it for you? Where does it start losing magic?
Right after the first one. The first one has all of the magic, and then the other one just has good characters, but like the story is just weak.
Okay.
Like, they just never flesh anything out. So you said you didn't see the third one.
No.
The third one's weak. It's by far the weakest, but you really like this character Tia Dalma, and you really like Davy Jones. Davy Jones' character.
Yeah.
So,
see, I heard that was.
Dude, it's so interesting, and they tried to flesh out more of that lore.
Okay.
And it was very interesting. It's just the movie's long, and then it happens during the writer's strike. So the people that were on set, like, they were actually rewriting the movie while they're filming.
Are you?
And it feels like it. It feels like it. So, but that's another one. I will, if I watch Pirates of the Caribbean 1, I'll watch all of them.
Oh, really?
I will watch all of them.
They hook you.
Because I like Jack Sparrow so much.
See, I lost it after. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was like, "That's cool. He's Keith Richards.
Yeah.
I love Keith."
Sure.
And then I'm like, I can only take it so much, man. And,
yeah.
You know, I love Why's the Rum Gone?
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm like, okay, you're gonna do another one of these.
Yeah.
And then another one.
Yeah.
Where are we at on this now?
We're on the 4th or 5th one.
Because now they're doing it without.
They're gonna do it without Johnny Depp. So we'll see. Because the reason to watch those movies is because of Johnny Depp. Like,
right. That's why people go. Yeah, you go to see the Rolling Stones because of Keith Richards.
Yeah.
You take Keith out of there, and you just got Mick up there breaking his hip,
duck lips and hip jiving.
I mean, it's a bummer because I remember the first one was pretty cool, and then liking it, but then okay, are you really gonna build a franchise off this ride?
The motif of like a ghost ship is just always so
very cool.
Man. You know, when I was into American Horror Story, which was really only season 1, and then
me too,
some of season 2.
2's pretty. No, I don't like 2. That's the asylum.
It gets weird. Yeah, it gets weird. They're all weird.
Yeah.
And like
the Freaks one is my favorite. That's the only one I got through.
Which one?
The Freaks.
See, I didn't like that either.
Sideshow, rather.
Yeah,
you don't like that one?
I couldn't. Yeah.
Checklist killed it in that, dude. And that's a bummer, man.
Yeah.
You know, real quick, while I'm thinking about it before I lose it, what is that? They're on 2 movies right now, I think, and it's like they're like the British Avengers. And it's got.
Are you talking about the Kingsman?
Kingsman.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them, and I want to watch them.
You haven't seen any of the Kingsman movies? I haven't seen
any of them, dude. See, and you're telling me this is a franchise that is probably going to maybe not keep going, but needs to keep going.
Well, they're doing The Kingsman, which is like a prequel.
Right.
But dude, they're awesome. They're awesome. And you want to talk about in the first film, Sam Jackson is a bad guy, and he's excellent.
Really?
He's excellent. Yeah, it's Matthew Vaughn. And it's based off a Mark Millar book.
Oh, I just feel
they're called The Secret Service, and Vaughn also did the Kick-Ass movies.
Right.
And then he's done these Kingsman movies, and they're fantastic.
Really?
They are kind of updated, James Bond, with like levity's not the right thing, but they're not as serious, but they're not comedies by any means.
Oh, for sure. Levity's perfect word for that.
But there's a scene in the first movie. It's the church scene, and those of you who have seen it know what I'm talking about. But it is one of the most brutal fights you'll see in a movie.
Oh,
and it's so good. It is so good. You need to watch the Kingsman movies.
Okay.
I don't own them, but they're worth
I will watch them, dude.
Oh, they're so good.
And we're getting that third Okay. Yeah. I'm on it, dude.
I think you'd really like it. Like, honestly, Kingsman is one of those ones that, like, kind of what you're talking about, how they don't make Lethal Weapons and Die Hards anymore. Right. But like that and like John Wick, those types of like hard-hitting action movies,
definitely.
Like I do rewatch them.
For sure.
Like I haven't, Kingsman isn't very old yet, so I can't say that
John Wick.
I can't say that they're fully in my rewatchable bank, but when I'm older, definitely I'm going to go back to Kingsman and watch them.
For me, John Wick is already at that level.
It's pretty much there for me too,
because it's a movie that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the trailer and kind of laughing it off because, watch, Keanu's trying to be an action star.
Yeah.
And then you tell me, like, no, dude, this is legit. Like, he's legit fighting in this and being, you've got to watch it.
I saw this word today.
Yes.
Keanu-sans. 2019 is going down as the Keanu-sance.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love
Yes,
it.
because I don't think we've talked about it yet, but Always Be My Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about it on the show.
No.
My wife told me to watch this Netflix original,
Yeah.
Always Be My Maybe, with Ali Wong,
Yes.
Randall Park,
Yes.
and Keanu Reeves is in it. And
That's
he is
right.
hilarious. And guys and girls, if you haven't seen it, if you're reluctant to see it, I'm not an Ali Wong comedy fan.
Sure.
I think she's gorgeous. I do think she can be funny, but it's just her comedy's not for me.
Sure.
She's excellent in this movie.
Right.
She's
That's what you're
excellent in
talking
this
about.
movie. Yeah. Like, I would try to watch a special from hers again just because I like this movie so
Wow.
much.
And you say Keanu, like, he's not overused.
He's the Chris Hemsworth from Ghostbusters equivalent. You know,
Gotcha.
like limited screen time, but every time he's there, it's
correct.
it's gold. It's gold.
Well, you say he plays like the boyfriend, but he's super cool, right? Or he's just
He's playing himself.
okay.
Because Ali Wong's character is she's like this famous chef.
Okay.
And she had this like restaurateur, entrepreneur boyfriend who breaks up with her, and then so she's on the rebound and she like meets Keanu Reeves and she's like, oh man, like it's awesome. She's talking about how like the sex is so good and everything, but Keanu is just like a caricature of himself. He's like what you would think
He is.
yeah, what you would like worry that Keanu Reeves is. You know, very spiritual,
Right.
you know, but kind of fake feeling and like overly macho, even though people are like throwing themselves at Keanu
Right.
Reeves, and he just plays it so well.
Yeah, you know,
he just plays it so well.
I've heard so many cool things about him. Like even
too.
him doing the voice, which in a movie I loved and you hated, the Keanu Cat movie, Key and Peele.
I never saw it.
Oh, I thought you saw it and you said, hey,
I was just
maybe
like,
that was
I'm never
AJ.
going
Yeah,
to
that's
watch
probably
it.
AJ.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious because Keanu actually ends up doing the voice of the cat, like when
Yeah.
he was tripping.
Yeah.
And he hears Keanu, and he did the voice for them.
Yeah.
He seems like a cool dude.
If it seems like it's fun, it feels like he does it.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
There you go.
And you know, you got to respect a guy who's like, he's got to be what, 56, 57, something like
And
that.
he looks younger than me.
Yeah, he looks younger than anybody I know.
Yeah.
Other than children. You know, the guy just is ageless, and you know what? I will watch Bill and Ted 3.
I'm gonna watch it.
I haven't watched. Speaking of
Fine.
rewatchable movies,
There we go.
I have not watched Bill and Ted anything since I was probably in grade school.
That makes two of us. Legit. Yeah, seriously.
I think we're gonna have to revisit it before the third one
I
comes
think
out
so.
for sure.
Yeah, totally.
I just remember Wild Stallions.
Yeah.
And God Gave Rock and Roll to You in the second film. Death.
Yep, Death was great.
Yeah,
Yes.
who was actually, I believe it's the actor who's in Die Hard 2, who's like doing the naked kung
Yeah,
fu.
the naked crying.
Yeah. I got, what is that actor's name? He's great. He was in
He's in a
Demon
bunch
Knight,
of stuff. He was in Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank, Demon
yeah.
Knight, Green Mile.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh,
Whoever you
gosh.
are, man, I love you.
Yeah, you are never what's wrong with any movie.
Demon Knight.
You're the sprinkler. You're the sprinkles on ice cream, baby.
I think I'm watching Demon Knight tonight.
Yeah, I think you should.
It's going to be a Demon
That
Knight.
is one that I go back to every year.
Yep, me too.
I watch Demon Knight a couple times a
Me
year.
too. And that and Tombstone are my, like, I need to throw something on.
Yeah.
I'm picking one of those.
Yeah.
Just boom, going on, dude.
I'm not going to throw any Marvel movies in this
No,
discussion.
there's no Marvel movies.
Yeah. I'm not going to throw any Marvel
because
movies in.
those are like the. For me, it's sort of like a gateway drug. You
Yeah.
watch the first Avengers,
And you
that's
gotta
your
go.
first toke, and then boom,
You gotta have it all. So,
you gotta have it all.
You know, we'll talk about Marvel movies in their own right. Which ones are rewatchable? Which ones you could do without?
For sure.
On another show. It sounds
Yeah,
like.
I think that's a great.
that could
idea.
be it. That could be another show.
Definitely.
What else? What are some comedies you come back to?
Oh, I think me and you should just go right out and say our favorite.
Chocolate Thunder.
Just talk about
Chocolate Thunder. We've talked about Chocolate Thunder at great lengths. Caddyshack for you, I think.
Caddyshack, for sure.
Super bad for me.
In Bruges is one of my favorite. Honestly, Observe and Report with Seth Rogen
Jesus.
That is to me the comedy Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
It's so dark and mean spirited. It doesn't have a ounce of irony. It is just full on mean and dark. And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know. Same with In Bruges. Same deal. Like you should not be laughing at this stuff,
Right.
but it's so funny. And I think that me, you, and AJ grew up watching Lebowski.
Big Lebowski, yeah.
Like that was one of our
I watched
favorites
Big
growing
Lebowski
up.
a couple
I go
times a
back
year.
to that a few times a year as well, man. Dumb and Dumber for you.
Oh yeah,
You love it. I do too. Yeah, it's
Dumb and
great,
Dumber's
man.
great. What is there a movie that you used to watch all the time and you burned out?
Oh,
Is there anything you burned out for yourself?
The Aliens movies.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat.
Yeah.
But if I watch one, I'll watch all of them.
Me too.
But
Me too.
I don't go look. I don't have like a time of the year where like, oh, I have to watch Alien.
I used to.
Yeah.
And I would throw it. It was probably right around like November.
Yeah.
For some reason. Yep. I would religiously watch Aliens and then Alien 3.
Yeah.
And then just burned out on it. And hate to say it, the Terminator, dude.
Terminator.
1, 2, and then the other ones.
I watched Judgment Day earlier this week. So,
Did you really?
Yeah.
It's great.
I watched
it, but I probably watched them a million times.
I don't normally go back to number 1, but I'll watch 2 all the time.
Dude, 1 is perfect tech noir, man.
Yeah.
I love 1.
Okay.
But again, burned out.
I might have to revisit it.
Yeah, it's so good. Michael Biehn just slays it in that movie, man. He's so good.
The other day, friend of the show, David Williams, he texted me, and other friend of the show, Jordan Tunney, says, "All right, guys, I'm doing it. I'm going to watch all the Fast and the Furious movies."
That's just
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to myself.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of them?
I've seen the first one and then the Tokyo.
Oh, jeez.
Tokyo one.
Dude, I'm the same way. I've seen 1, 3, which is Tokyo Drift.
Oh, that's the third one.
And then number 5, which is the first one The Rock is in.
Oh, okay.
Just for no reason. I wanted to watch the first one because it looked just like Point Break, and it was just like Point
no,
Break.
it is Point Break.
It's
I'm
Point
surprised
Break.
they didn't get sued.
Yeah, it's Point Break with Vin
Cars,
Diesel.
yeah.
Cars, yeah.
And then that one guy.
Paul Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Careful. Careful, Eric.
I didn't say
You
anything.
guys should see it. It's physically hurting him not to say anything terrible about deceased Paul Walker, man. Jesus, Eric, have a little respect. Paul Walker never did anything to us, okay? Okay, all right, we're moving on.
You know what I think is a franchise killer was those Triple X movies.
Yeah.
Those were bad.
Yeah.
Those were bad. Those were franchise
But people
killers,
like
for sure.
them, man.
Triple X?
People like like a certain age group really likes, that extreme age group.
Oh God, it was. Like, I get the one with Vin Diesel, but the one with Ice Cube, come on, man.
Yeah, but then they bring
You weren't
Vin
even
Diesel
trying.
back. Then they bring him back in the third one. The return of Xander. What was his name?
Kane? Is it Xander Kane?
I don't know, because I don't watch those.
Wait, no, I think that's
movies.
a porn star.
Yeah, like that. The mechanics. The transporters.
Oh no.
Jason Statham.
I will admit the first Transporter's not awful. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's
I don't
okay.
know.
It's a
I'll
beat 'em
never
up.
watch
It's
it
an
again.
okay beat 'em up.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't talk about that without talking about Expendables.
Because I do.
So we weren't talking comedies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, Expendables. I remember Roman telling me the idea when this came out 10 years ago. I'm like, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
The first movie's great.
Real quick, let me just bring up this one thing. Before I watched, Roman was like, hey, let me tell you something, man. There's one scene in this movie that does not belong in this movie, and it is brilliant. Go ahead and tell him.
Yeah, so if you've not seen Expendables, I think you should, number 1.
Yeah, it's
totally worth a watch.
It's good. It's worth it.
If you like action movies and you just want some nostalgia, there's this scene with Mickey Rourke. And he's like telling this story about this girl who jumps off of a bridge and how he could have saved her. And it's just it's so beautifully shot. The camera's close up on his face while he's like painting a guitar or something.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. He's talking about how when he was a mercenary and he had killed all of these people. And he's like, we had just finished a job. He's like, it's raining. He's like, we're in some crap town. And I pick up some of this local, I think he calls it Stilovitz, like a vodka.
Yeah.
He's like, and I'm walking along this bridge. He's like, and I see this girl. He's like, and we meet eyes. He's like, and I know what she's going to do. And she knows what she's going to do. He's like, and before I can think about anything, she jumps. And, and he's just like, Mickey Rourke's best performance by far. Just all the emotion. He's like, he's like, everything that I'd done, all these lives I had taken, here was one I could have saved. And it that's what haunts it. Not killing all those other people for money, nothing. But that he had a chance to save one person, and he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And it is a beautiful.
You weren't kidding. It was legit. Like, wow, this.
Oh, I teared up.
I was almost there, and I was like, this doesn't belong in this movie.
No.
I mean, I'm glad they put it in there.
Yeah.
Because
it doesn't belong in any movie.
It really doesn't. Because it pulls you out because it's so well acted. It's so well shot.
Oh,
Mickey Rourke is like, people don't realize that he was actually an actor at one point. He's not some beat up fighter that he is now. But yeah, that scene was just amazing. And then we never got a scene like that in the other Expendables.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing. Not even trying to do it.
Nothing at all. And then we got less Jackie Chan throughout or not Jackie Chan,
Jet Li.
geez, Jet Li.
Yep.
God dang. Yeah, we got less Jet Li in those movies too, and it's like, I don't know, they're not on the rewatch list.
No, I mean it's funny because I'll think about putting the first one on, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna YouTube that Mickey Rourke.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna watch.
Same here. I do it all the time. I'm gonna do it tonight.
And it's like, I mean, there's a couple fight scenes, and I'm like, oh, I'll just YouTube that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to sit through the whole movie.
Totally.
Dude. Like,
Yeah, totally.
Okay, real quick, JCVD in the second one's actually a decent villain.
Yeah, he's a really good
But
villain.
that fight scene was like, really? That's what you're gonna give me with him and Stallone?
It was weak, and it
was
looked
so
like
weak.
it looked like they reused the same kicks a couple times too.
Just to replay it.
Yeah, it was so bizarre.
I mean, dude, they're old.
I know.
They're old.
I know, but what's the point of taking all that testosterone and bull semen if you're not gonna jump around? Like, I don't want to. Like, you're not something I want to look at. You're something I want to like fight something. You know? like what is the point of it if you guys can't even have a worthwhile fight?
Very true.
And to be fair, Stallone broke his neck in the first movie.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did it. He put everything he had in that first movie. Yeah, he's got like plates in his neck.
Oh god.
Yeah, like it's that scene where like Stone Cold, I think he like almost like tackles him into those like rocks. He breaks his neck there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like chipped vertebrae or something like that. Yeah.
Man,
So,
dang, Stone Cold. You cold.
yes, shout out to Sly Stallone, man. Like really giving it for us, in his 60s.
Yeah.
He's 72 now, I think. And I'd watch that guy fight Apollo on the moon. Right?
Jesus.
For me, some of the ones that I've dropped out of, I know we're all over the place, guys, but
That's the
kind
charm,
of the point.
kids.
That's what I like.
Me too.
I really, I used to watch 300, Sin City, and The Dark Knight a lot. I used to watch those a lot. I haven't watched them in a couple years now, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
All Frank Miller properties in a way.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, a bit. And like I just used to be really into them.
Yeah.
And then you can only see these shredded guys so much.
Yeah,
You question what you like about women, okay? You guys mock me all you want, but Leonidas had it going on.
He did, man.
Okay?
I loved how he had a Scottish accent through the whole movie.
Yeah.
Didn't even try to apologize for it.
Well, it's a hard accent, man. I mean, have you ever heard him talk normally? His accent is thick. It's thick.
I mean, they should have just dubbed him. It's pretty funny,
It's
man.
thick like the Wu-Tang line. That's how thick.
That's getting thick, kid.
Yeah.
Just some of his dialogue cracks me up in there. Just when he's talking to the tall giant, Xerxes.
Yeah, Xerxes.
He said
Yeah.
only a madman could refuse that offer.
Like if you close your eyes,
And I'm all out of Thorazine today.
you almost hear somebody shout freedom.
Pretty much.
It's close.
Yeah, totally.
It's close. They should redo Braveheart. 1, to piss everybody off.
Sure.
2, to use Gerard Butler.
Yeah, why not, man? I mean, and then Mel can play the old guy, the one that got his hand chopped
Yeah,
off.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. The remakes that would upset people. We should have a segment on that one day.
There we go,
Remakes
man.
that would upset people.
I love it. Passion of the Christ has got to be up there.
Yeah.
And we'll cast, who could we cast for Jesus?
Jaimin Hansu.
Let's do it.
Our boy.
We're
Jaimin
going to
Hansu.
start a petition for that.
Yeah. Oh, man. In some kind of light news.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is weird. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting,
Yeah.
and I want to I want to get your thoughts on this, okay?
Yeah.
So Disney has announced that they're going to be doing their Disney Plus service.
Right.
And they're going to offer a bundle where you can get Disney Plus, ESPN Plus,
Right.
and Hulu for $12.99.
See, that's where they're going to get me, man.
Yeah.
Because remember, we talked about, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
We actually, you didn't hear, this was off camera or microphone. We were like, no, we're not doing this. We're
Yeah.
taking a stand. But I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty much every show I'm going to watch.
Yes.
And then you get your sports, man. It's like,
And UFC has an exclusive deal with ESPN, so it's like
geniuses.
it's a genius
They
move.
are geniuses.
It's
man.
a genius move. What do you think this means for Netflix?
I feel
Long
like
term.
they're done.
Yeah.
They're done.
I do too. I think so too.
They're done.
I don't think within 5 years, I don't think that Netflix will be the same as it is now.
No.
I think somebody's going to absorb them, buy them out, merge with them, whatever.
For sure.
But because I just don't think that they can that they can.
I can
compete
see
with these.
Amazon and Netflix going together.
I think that makes a lot of sense too. I was talking to some people at work who don't see that as a viable possibility. But if you think about it, Amazon, I literally just got Prime.
Right.
I don't buy stuff on Amazon. I only got Prime to watch The Boys.
The Boys. Right.
So I think that the deficiency is that they don't know how to run their entertainment stuff. Okay? They
agree.
they sell the crap out of everything.
Sure.
But they bought that those Lord of the Rings properties 2 years ago now?
Right. Yes.
And
what did they do with it?
We haven't heard a dang thing about it.
Yeah.
You tell me you guys spent $250 million on these rights and you're just sitting on them? Now, does that mean, hey, we're just gonna wait? We're waiting for the right time. We're gonna make sure that we're. But it's like,
The
I'm a
entertainment
company,
industry is not a waiting game,
No.
especially now, dude.
if you spend $250 million, you need to produce.
You need to recoup that quick.
Now, there's a company out there that does a bunch of original content that a lot of people enjoy.
REC?
Yeah, yeah, we are kids. Yeah. But in Netflix, that is supposedly in large amounts of debt.
Oh no, I've heard that too.
And
no, yeah.
But they can make good content.
They can.
Literally, Netflix. I think even Jeff Bezos or his wife could just buy Netflix and absorb all of that debt, and they'd still be billionaires.
For sure.
It seems like a no-brainer. Like, hey, we'll absorb Netflix into our division.
Yeah.
And you guys will still have the brand because
it used
Netflix,
to be called Netflix because the name is such a brand.
It's
People
part
say
of the
Netflix and
vernacular.
chill. Yeah, it's
Yes.
in our lexicon.
Yes, very
for
much
sure.
so. Netflix and chill, baby.
The only thing I think Netflix, the only thing I can think of that would keep it afloat is their stand-up. They have all that original stand-up, uncensored. Disney's not going to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe Hulu, but Netflix is known for they give these stand-up comedians these specials, and that's, I mean, how many views do you think those Dave Chappelle specials get?
They're gonna get so much. You see, they're doing a new one.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, got a new one coming out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
It's funny that you bring up the comedy thing because here's Jim Gaffigan was on Rogan's podcast this week.
Okay.
And he's got a special coming out on Amazon Prime. I think it came out this week.
That's funny.
And apparently he said in his interview that he had tried to sell them a special a couple years ago and they were not interested.
Netflix.
No, Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
And they were not interested, and then now they're like kind of dipping their toes in it. And I think the bubbles burst in terms of streaming comedy specials.
Oh, for sure. In a way.
But if you're gonna,
but if you get your Chappelle's, your Rocks.
Jim Gaffigan.
Your Gaffigans, your Birds.
That's a big deal. Jim Gaffigan doing one on Amazon Prime is a huge
deal. You ain't kidding. No, you're right.
It's just like, maybe it just works better for both of them. Like, hey, when you're a Prime member, you get access to Netflix, and it's just like, it's everything, like that.
That is, again, you putting it that way is the only way I see them remotely surviving against the onslaught that is Disney.
Yeah.
Like, no joke, bro.
And I mean, it's just happening. Right now, Viacom and CBS are talking about merging.
Wow.
So that's going to put South Park, Comedy Central, all of that, and CBS All Access.
Yeah.
Maybe they get all of that stuff, or vice versa. I don't know.
For sure.
They're definitely gonna create a streaming service.
Yeah. Everything. If they're not, I think they're getting a little late to the party.
Oh, they are.
But it's better late than never at this point.
You're
gonna drown.
They have all of the Star Trek stuff, and they have all of the. They have something else interesting too. I can't remember what's in CBS's library, but they could do a bunch. Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah.
So they have all of that stuff
for sure.
So I don't know, man. It's interesting. I think that Netflix needs to batten down the hatches and find a buddy, find a dancing partner.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because
if I wasn't on the fence personally for the Disney Plus because of the Marvel shows.
Oh yeah, I was just joking. Yeah,
but now I'm definitely.
I'm in.
Yeah, because
I took the stance. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna come over here and watch it.
Yeah, that's fine. But now my Hulu subscription's up in November when Disney Plus starts too.
And that's what's getting me too.
Yeah, because I did one of those deals where it was like 99 cents a month for a year. Yeah. But hey, man, $12.99 for 3 services that I can use. It's happening.
And that was the deal breaker.
Yeah.
Because remember, we were like, we're not going to just pay for one thing, which, it's going to have awesome content. But then when you're putting sports, another streaming service with decent movies on there. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Disney, you're too evil in a good way.
Yeah, you're really pushing. But, when you have competition, the people who the people that benefit are guys like us. The
Of
people who
course.
consume, the consumers benefit
For
when
sure.
these guys are competing.
For sure, because now Netflix and Amazon are going to either have to put out edgier / more creative content that's going to draw us there.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, Disney's just going to keep releasing awesome Marvel stuff.
Yep. And then they can put their more risque stuff on Hulu.
Which maybe there's hope for our, you know, our Luke Cage's. Or
They're
Jessica
gonna
Jones'.
recast.
No.
Yeah, they're gonna recast everybody. They want to bring Iron Fist and Luke Cage into the Marvel Universe for sure.
Yeah.
And apparently, I read a rumor the other day that like initially they were going to bring the Street Heroes into the Avengers Assemble scene.
Yeah.
And but then the contract was going to go up with Netflix, so they were like, never mind.
Oh.
And Kevin Feige said that those properties are no longer canon.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear the pin drop?
Yeah, like Eric's jaw is on the floor. They're no longer canon. So, yeah, it's rough.
So mean. So mean.
But that just means that they will go back. That we'll go back to the well. They'll learn. They'll take the good that they did there,
Sure.
and then they'll try to recreate it.
Yeah.
It's just it's gonna be hard for you guys to beat those hallway scenes.
Oh
man.
yeah.
And that Punisher. I wish they would just bring. I haven't even watched Punisher season 2 though.
It was alright.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Because season 1 was so good.
It was good.
So good.
It was. But yeah, man, Disney being evil and awesome.
Just giving us more stuff that we want. All right, kids, that is our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. Leave a comment. Let's get a dialogue going. Check us out at REC Comics and Collectibles on Instagram at REC Comics. Shoot us a DM if there's something you'd like us to talk about, or something you think that we messed up on, or you guys don't rewatch this movie. You should rewatch this movie.
Totally,
you know?
totally.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Eric, what did you learn today?
Disney's gonna buy my soul eventually.
They already got it, man. They already got it.
Shang Tsung me.
Yeah, man. I think I learned that I watched too many movies. I watched too many flipping movies, man. I need to be more productive while I'm watching those movies. And yeah, I'm gonna finish Lethal Weapon 3 tonight, probably, and then watch my Mickey Rourke scene on YouTube. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
Still Eric Icarus.
And we will catch you next time.